What's up YouTube, Adam here, and welcome to another Adam on topic. And today's topic we have the state of first person shoot 'em ups. So this is gonna be kind of half and half multiplayer and a sort of single player campaign, I suppose, the way I can split it up. So basically I think first person shooters are stale because they've kind of nailed the mechanics of the game and it's just never going to improve from there. You just can't get any better. I mean, Call of Duty have absolutely nailed it. However, what I do think about first person shooters and the way they can kind of improve is reward the player based around the way they play the game. So what I mean by this is if you've got someone who runs around with a knife, stabbing people in the back of the head, and run around with a sort of silencer on a pistol, and they play that sort of hide and seek type of play, reward the player based on that, so they get better sort of perks, I suppose, if you will. So they get a better silencer, they can vanish from the map, they can sort of walk behind people silently and not make any noise. So reward the player for playing that play style. You know, you've got a person who's doing, sat out the back of the map, sort of sniping people. You know, reward the player for sniping. Give them better aim accuracy. So you don't have your aim swaying everywhere. Lots of different perks like that reward the player for playing the game. And the reason why I think you should do this, guys, is basically you reward the player for playing the game and not for getting the most kills. Because normally you all have a loadout, you pick your loadout and that's what you're stuck with. So this way would give more freedom to the player, and I think it would just benefit everyone for it. Titanfall 2, which is about to drop soon. Obviously it was an Xbox One exclusive, now coming to PS4 for the first time, so excited for you PS4 players. However, what I'm hearing is that if you suck at the game, you just get nailed, you don't get rewarded. So you build up a kill streak, you get a mech, the mech comes in and utterly destroys you. So I don't think this is right. Yes, you should reward the better player, but you should also reward people for playing the game. So, why should I have just picked up the game, never played it at all, hit a little kill streak and destroy someone who's put 20 hours in? That person who's put 20 hours in needs to be rewarded for the effort they put in and playing your game. These are the people you want to suck in. So if I love your game but I suck at it, then I'm not going to hang around and play it and buy any more generations of it. However, if you reward me for playing the game and then I could get better and also get better rewards from playing the game, then I'm going to stick around for longer and I'm going to have a lot of fun and I'm going to spread the word and tell all my friends about it. So I think this is where first person shooters have gone stale, unfortunately, and I'd kind of like to see this change. However, I do think Overwatch has kind of broken the barrier and just changed our kind of view on first person shooters. I mean, it's kind of that Borderlands style-esque design style, which I loved and hooked me on Borderlands. I absolutely loved the first one. Brilliant game. But Overwatch, to me, it just seems to give the player an opportunity to kind of play different characters. So you got a bunch of different characters. They all have different kind of perks and attributes, and they all have a different play style. And this is what I like. It gives you that option which you don't have with your normal first person shooters. You're not just picking your loadout, you're actually picking the character, and you can decide to play what way the game you want to play the game, which is what I like, rather than playing a way that kind of suits the game better. You just have that option, and I really applaud Overwatch for what they're doing, and that's why it's so successful. It kind of does away with ridiculous amounts of different types of game modes, and it just kind of, it's a good first person shooter. You can play it how you want, and that's what it is, with a beautiful game as well. So kudos to Overwatch, and that's why they're doing really well. But I'd just like to see something different and new, guys, and it's quite frustrating for someone who used to love first person shooters. I just find them really boring now and hard to stick around and kind of put some hours in, because you do put a lot of hours in for not much reward. So if we have this reward based system for the hours and the games you put in, I think it'd really hook people back in and keep people around a lot longer, and give people and let people play how they want to play. So going forwards, sort of with campaigns, I find again they kind of have a narrative and a story to tell. So I'm kind of all down, but what Wolfenstein done really well was this. It gave you sort of set objectives, and you can play the game a certain way, and you could get bonuses for it, and it was just a fun game. It's probably the last first-person shooter game I really enjoyed. It was just brilliant. It just ran really well. The gameplay was really good, and like I said, you got rewarded for playing the game how you wanted to do it. And sometimes I switched it up. I was like, oh yeah, I'd like to kind of have this level and go a bit stealthy this time, and see what rewards I get for it, and see if that's the way I want to play the game. And you know, this is the way a game should be, but I appreciate with the campaigns, there's a story to tell, and you're just there for the ride, really. So, but that's going to kind of be it for today's topic, guys. Let me know what you think down in the comment section below, what sort of games you're playing at the moment, which ones you're enjoying, and what you want to see going forward. Appreciate all the support on the channel recently, so thank you so much for that. And obviously, if you want to submit a topic to me, tweet me at AdamWoodGaming with the hashtag AdamOnTopic, and obviously I'll try and get your topic on the show. But obviously, if you enjoyed today's video, guys, slap a like on the video, and if you're new around here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you next time. Peace.